What's
What
up,
it
OG,
do?
triple OG?
This your
OG,
man. Y'all
triple.
already know what it is.
OG.
We got some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
I have done my best to avoid speaking on it. And I'm ashamed speaking on it as it has become so trendy this week. But I am finally going to speak on the Dr. Umar fiasco.
Not Lupe.
They who?
Not Lupe, but
Oh, not Lupe fiasco.
but Umar fiasco.
I mean, like, yo, man, this is something that has gotten so bad. I couldn't help but weigh in on it. There's a brother, calls himself a doctor. Everybody on the internet who calls themselves a doctor, it makes me do this. What's that Chuck D look? I mean, there are some doctors in the black internet space that are legitimate doctors. Most of them have questionable doctor credentials. It's been trendy to call yourself a doctor. But just like the other doctor, you've become undone. You've become undone. This brother, Dr. Umar, who is a great speaker, uses his speaking ability as a weapon against the lame. What is lame? What's the definition of lame, brother?
Any nigga still wearing FUBU.
Hey, y'all, man, Craig on this motherfucker.
No, I'm joking.
All right, can you read it where we can hear it? What is the definition of lame? A person naive or socially inept. He has been working lames for a long time. But there's more to it that I want to put my spin on with it. First of all, I knew he wasn't 100 with it when he faked the phone call.
Papa Smurf. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. That Papa Smurf shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. You feel me? Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this. I got this. So that Papa Smurf thing ain't gonna work. You feel me?
When he was into it with somebody, and you saw it, it's so funny. I watched it probably 1,000 times.
Yeah.
When he was arguing with somebody and he acted like
but
his
that was the
goons,
show.
his goons was calling. He was like, no, hold on, here they go. Hello? No, man, I got this. I got this. Then his phone said, nigga, do you know how hard I was laughing, dog? I said, dude, you played yourself in front of anybody that's 100. You can't come back from that. It take at least 5 years of staying away from the internet and a sincere apology for playing people like they lame, for a real one to even listen to that, what you got to say anymore. So what I'm saying about this is the real problem with a man like this Umar brother. This is the real problem.
Oh, you know what your problem is, baby boy? You got shit all twisted. You got an Oedipus complex.
Anybody with common sense know that this man ain't got no school coming.
That's right.
Anybody with common sense know that. But there's a sucker born every minute. So he gonna keep running his script and absorb what he can from the suckers. This is where he's very detrimental to our community. Not just the fact that he begs and borrows
Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency.
Stop the cap.
So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
Robs. This is a man who's always talking about black women and how the black queens should be put first, foremost, all that. But I wonder, can he assemble black women that ain't got a this fuck me over story? You're a predator. You use your good talking.
No, fuck a talk.
To destroy the lames and hoes. And there's a lady on the internet he's talking about. He says her vagina stinks.
That's when that woman, after gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died. She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there. They got all kind of fish. And it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers.
He says all this. He says, oh, she's this. He's accusing her of going in his bank account and getting the money probably. He said, I think she did it. Hold on. According to this woman, she called him. She needed help with her son, thought he might be able to help. It's game in that. But, okay, he agreed to meet up with her, but he had her drive 2 hours to pick him up from the airport.
Oh, hell no.
Where he was flying in. Now, if you are a woman who grew up around men who love you, you would never go for that. You can't step to no woman who know what she need to know in the hole past 40. 40 years old in the hole where you need me to come get you? No real woman who was brought up by men who love her will go for that.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
And if they do go for it, it's because they wanted to hoe out for somebody, which he has fame on the internet. So maybe this woman was like, I'm just going to do it. Of course, she probably has a son with issues and all that. But when a man tell you, come drive 2.5 hours and pick me up from the airport, and he passed the age of 40, you ain't got no business going to get no man 2.5 hours and drive him anywhere. All my sisters who've been around me and who love them know this. You can't do it. You don't start out in the hole with a woman, a client, or whatever you want to call this lady. So, but this lady did it. Don't play victim now. You invited the devil in.
Devil is not welcome here.
I'm talking to the sister who he said got the fishy vagina. Sister, yeah, he signified and talked about you, but you invited the devil in. When the devil said, can you come get me 2.5 hours from there? And you went and picked him up. You know that ain't right. Don't nobody do that. No. What if you got a daughter and she tell you that story? You gonna know. You gonna be like, who is this fool?
Right.
Who working you? Because that's what he do. He's a professional at working people, but I'm telling black women beware. Because now you on the internet and y'all spilling the beans on each other. And what I'm saying to you to prevent that from happening in the future, I'm talking to all black women. See, I've gotten accused of doing stuff to black women, but if you really want to go down to the truth of Corey Holcomb, it ain't no group of black women talking about me that know me. The people that's talking about me don't know me. But we have this intel from this woman that said he wanted her to pick him up from the airport. Here's a man who didn't have a rent-a-car to do this, but talking about something wrong with his bank account now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We not lame, homie. We not lame, homie. It's motherfucker calling me right now about Craig and Matt Barnes' court. I'm not taking the calls because I know that's the devil.
Right.
You want me to go for that. I'm not going to go for that. It's people call me for the Flappers show. Corey, I need 4 tickets.
Right.
How many seats do Flappers hold?
Not a lot, maybe 150.
100.
Be your night to
100, right,
support,
yeah.
guys. Be your night to support.
I'm inviting the devil in if I entertain it.
Right.
I know them phone calls not to answer. But getting back to this Umar thing. You preying on the sisters in the hood, homie. You act like you down with the sisters in the hood. Here's a man putting his rep on the line, talking about it. You are preying on the sisters in the hood. You are not self-sufficient enough to take on one of these women and graduate her to maturity and where she needs to be in this world. If I see you taking advantage of the sisters in the hood, I'm going to call it out. I've waited a long time to call it out. You hold up black women, literally. You hold them up, then you hold them up. I can't co-sign that. Stop doing that. First of all, it's embarrassing for you to be begging.
You damn right.
And playing it off like somebody asked you for something. That's how I found out I didn't have nothing. So y'all do something for me. No, homie, don't talk to us like that, man. I'm talking about you gonna get lames to do something for you because it's a sucker born here in a minute. But you embarrassing yourself, man. You had some credibility because you a good speaker. But a lot of good speakers do a lot of bad things. And what you doing, man, it's time to realize you cannot live like that and get respect. Begging, meeting up with the sisters, using them. The lady said you had her trying to take care of your mama 2 weeks after you met her.
No. Mm-mm. No. No. Hell no.
Oh, wow.
Who gonna put somebody in the house with their mama and you don't know them? Unless it's a professional.
And even then, you still don't know them. You're just paying for that service. So
Yeah, like you pay for a professional because it comes probably with some type of insurance.
there you go, right? And experience, but we still don't know them.
Well, let's say you
character-wise.
desperate and you throw somebody in there with your mama. Here it is, later on, you talking about this lady who went and helped your mama and went and picked you up at the airport. You saying she broke into your bank account and her vagina stank.
Yeah, that's wild, man. You know what though? Something I learned from you that you do very well. that a lot of entertainers probably need to learn is like you do a good job of insulating yourself and preventing what's called cognitive overload. See,
What's that?
so it's basically, in this industry, a lot of shit come at you. People coming with different stories, liars, truth tellers, all it's every different type of scenario that exists, and it's a lot of it. So if you allow, a lot of that to come into your psyche, you can overload your brain and actually impair your ability to make good decisions because the brain can only make a certain amount of good decisions a day before the decision making process becomes, fucked off, and you start saying yes and doing things that you wouldn't normally do because you've been overloaded with information. And his whole game is overloading people with information and getting them punch drunk on the information and then running whatever plays he's trying to run behind that. So, it's actually backfiring on him because now all this shit is coming at him and now he's making terrible decisions. You know what I mean?
If you ask me, he burnt bridges with a lot of respectable people. Lames will always be available for you. And if you want to work the lames, you work the lames. But, I mean, come on, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I heard he not even in the country.
Man.
Begging on the internet from somewhere else. You talking about a lady's vagina. You say a lady's vagina stink, who's some black woman, fishy, whatever, and then you blame her for breaking in your bank account. But when you met her, you didn't have a ride from the airport.
That's what certain people do when they just are, how you say,
Users.
well, no, I'm saying talking about her like that, like in a spot. Like, in other words, yet you went back a couple of times. So I mean, see, you can see the phoniness in it when somebody speaks like that on someone. It's like you were with them.
No.
Do you
Come on
remember
now.
do you remember when Malcolm X wasn't doing so well financially, but he was still in front of the people? He was honest. He didn't try to run no game. Like, he was honest.
What'd he do, Craig?
He just was honest about, people being after him and his finances not being what they need to be. And he was telling the world exactly what was going on. He didn't try to run a play or try to make it seem like, every negative repercussion that came from him standing on his own too, he dealt with straight on in front of everybody. He didn't run from nothing. He didn't project it and make it somebody else's fault. He basically embraced whatever.
Somebody broke in my account.
Right. He didn't do none of that. So this hurts me because Umar, to me, is probably one of the most talented orators and speakers ever.
What is an orator?
Somebody who articulates and uses language to get a point across in front of people.
Yeah.
He has a gift with that. He's a monster with that. So, I personally think he might be suffering from some type of, he may be having a mental breakdown or something, bro.
That's a nice way to put it. I think he who lying. That's just how we talk where I'm from. Man, get the fuck out of here. I know this nigga is not capable of running a school.
No, hell no.
If you don't get the fuck out of here, I'm finna get a flow done. Who the fuck you talking to? Get the fuck out of here. Run that shit on the motherfucking suckers. But I'm saying, you can't beg and make a living out of begging. I done seen people try. If there's people who want to subscribe to you, beautiful. They want to send you some money, beautiful. But when this is your lick and you've preached on other licks, I'm finna get this school. I'm finna do it. Do not take. I'm gonna go back to 2010. It don't take since if you're gonna open a school, you would have opened it by now. You older, you overweight, you are not going to be out here another 20 years preaching about a school. You're not going to be able to do it. Don't you realize that it might be time to use your notoriety to get a job somewhere and become a man?
But I'm a man, goddammit.
Who can look your woman in the eye and say, baby, let's make it, or I can help you, instead of running game on people you talk to all the time. I watch the people who show you be on. It's a type of YouTuber out here, or people who have access to put people on their show.
Yeah.
We need to do a show on those people, because anybody who let anybody around them, something wrong with you. Right. And I don't like being around you. If anybody can come around you, what good are you? What good are you to humanity? And if you know somebody has been scamming the public for years, how is he allowed to be up on you? I don't fuck with family members who scammers.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I'm better than nobody else, but I'm saying if you are a scammer and I have established it, got to get ghosts on you. Mm-hmm. If you a begging ass, I got to get ghosts on you. I don't care if I love you. I got motherfuckers that I love, I fuck with, they fuck with me. If it went down, I know if they with me, it's going, we all. But if you a begging ass, I'm going to shake you. What is a begging ass? We need to make a definition of a begging ass.
Anything that expects you to do more for him than he could do for himself.
Ooh, good
one.
word. Yeah.
So I would say in conclusion to the brother Umar, you have played yourself in front of the people who were, I don't know. Everybody with common sense. We know you're a predator. You dogged out that woman and talked about her on the air. She dogged you out and talked about you too.
You swear it's me hacking your Instagram. You swear it's me that stole your rental car keys. You swear it's me that stole your tea container. Y'all, he got a tea container the size of my fridge. Nothing but tea. And I just got rid of it. He swears I'm the one that stole his sink stoppers. This is funny, but I'm not lying. This is how drug addicts and maniacs that go manic act. I'm the reason for everything. Now I done took off with FDMG's banking statements. I probably stole the blueprints to FDMG too late. This motherfucker tell it. I'm not a health aide. He knew that. He knows where I work. I have to be sworn in where I work. I've touched $1 billion worth of accounts. Why the fuck would I fuck with FDMG paperwork? But you've been caught with an FBI file. So are you an informant? We shall see.
But you started out in the hole with that woman, and you should be grateful to that woman because you had her around your mama. But now all of a sudden, she done fuck with your bank account and her vagina stank.
Her womb is so polluted.
All right, now this is another story that's been trending. Dr. Umar Johnson, he's an eloquent speaking man, you know, I give him that. But as far as, you know, like this school he was talking about opening up, I don't know how long it's been. If y'all know how long it's been, he's been talking about opening this school up, man. Put it in the comment. But as far as him talking about this lady on social media or whatnot, you know, it's like the type of dude that you portray yourself to be wouldn't do something like that. Especially to your sister, your black sister, you know, that you always, you know, holding up and saying that we should be with him, we should have respect for him. And y'all know it's talking game or whatnot. Well, it's so many lanes on social media, you know, where people can persuade them to do things for them, like give them money. it's a lot of stupid people online. You know, I've realized that since I've been on YouTube. People say things that don't make no sense. You know, people do things that don't make no sense. And me, myself, I feel like, you know, he's trying to attract the lanes, you know, to line his pocket or whatnot. I remember a lot of guys making videos on Dr. Umar in his school. And it's like, damn, he come to find out it's true about him and his school. Like, you bullshitting with the school, man. All this money you got from this school. I don't know how much money, but I know it was in the hundreds of thousands that he got from this school. And he's off in Ghana, you know what I'm saying, getting citizenships. And I know that stuff, it costs money to get citizenship there. You know, how'd you finding that? They don't give shit away free in Ghana, you know. So as far as him and this woman, and he's saying, you know, his bank account, all that stuff, you know, you gotta have some balls to do that stuff. What he did, talking about something wrong with his bank account and all that stuff, and then, can y'all send me some money, you know what I'm saying, y'all can help me out a little bit and this and that, and it's like, whoa, dude, the money must be running out. And then, again, you talked about this woman, her vagina stinking. All she did for you was slob on the knob or something like that. But how can you talk about this woman, you know, and she did all this stuff for you, went and got you from the airport, drove 2 hours, took care of your mother. I'm not letting a stranger take care of my mother. You know, it's like, man, you don't know this woman. This woman could have did anything to your mother or whatever. Corey said something, you know what I'm saying, that made a lot of sense. You invited the devil in. You know what I'm saying, as far as with this woman. You invited the devil in. A lot of people get, you know, somebody being called a devil, they get it all twisted and wrong or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But devil just mean deceiver. You know what I'm saying? This man deceived this woman to do the things that he wanted her to do. And then, you know, I'm with them, man. You begging online, man. It's like, come on, man. Get you a job or whatever. If your body is able to work or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Go get you a job. You ain't got to beg online. We got to call out the bullshit. We got to call out brothers like this. We're not trying to condemn them, but we got to call out that bullshit. Or maybe they can go to where it's like, okay, I don't need to be doing this to my people. Or I don't need to be trying to bamboozle somebody or deceive somebody. And me, myself, you know what I'm saying? I see the bullshit before it comes. I can see the bullshit coming. So you can't fool me. And if you fool me once, then shame on you. But if you fool me again, it's shame on me. Because it'll be my fault if I let you fool me again. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Dr. Umar thing and him talking about this lady putting his business out online like that as far as his finances and him begging. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.
What's up, OG?
It's your man. Y'all already know what it is. To the next video, it's Ghetto Talk. Up out of here. Peace.